Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with here today with an article from Red State dated January 26th. It says Biden tells Netanyahu to throw in the towel and it's shockingly revealing. Why Biden is telling anybody to do anything, especially when he looks like he has absolutely no effing clue where he is at any particular moment, is beyond absurdity. Anyway, let's jump into it. So President Joe Biden recently met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and the exchange was incredibly revealing. While it didn't reveal anything about Israel's resolve to take out Hamas, the terrorist government of Gaza that massacred over 1,000 people on October 7th, breaking a long running ceasefire, what it did do is show where Biden's motivations truly lie, and sure, it's not pretty or reassuring. And Axios embedded tweet here says, Scoop, Biden last week pressed Netanyahu to scale down the Israeli military occupation in Gaza, stressing he is not in it for a year of war. And a Biden advisor told Axios the White House is very concerned about losing young voters. Oh, wait. So why are you telling them to scale it down? Could it be something in this, like this sentence right here? So that's why you want to scale it down, not because, the country was invaded, or maybe you think something's going on. I mean, they were invaded. They have every right to fight back. But you're saying, nah, we don't want you to do that because we may lose voters. So, the President Biden last week pressed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to scale down the Israeli military operation in Gaza, stressing he is not in it for a year of war. Two U.S. officials told Axios why it matters. Biden's comments during the two leaders' call last Friday reflect the growing U.S. concern about the continuation of the war and the president's desire to see it end long before the November elections. Huh. Once again, that's why you want it? It's because you're concerned that you're not going to get elected again because you're going to lose voters, not because of, anything that's actually happening over there. Okay. As a Biden advisor told Axios, the White House is very concerned about losing young voters, many of whom are opposed to the president's policy on the Gaza war because they're idiots. Okay. Tell all those people just to go stick it where the sun don't shine. Says that it is shocking admits what is actually driving American foreign policy under the current administration. It's not a desire to do what is right in support of enemies. It's not even a desire to execute a long-term security strategy that benefits the United States, of which the elimination of Hamas as a destabilizing force in the Middle East clearly would. Rather, every position that is being taken for political reasons. Yep, bingo, hit it on the head. It says compare Biden telling Israel that he's not in it for a year of war to the constant pronouncements to Ukraine that the United States will be there as long as it takes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and Ukraine wasn't even really an ally of ours beforehand. It was just they were anti-Russia. Like, okay, and like we weren't even like we had nothing really bad going on with Russia either. So it's like okay, and then but Israel, who is like maybe next to Britain and France, like one of our closest allies, in Europe, like they're just like, you guys can't do this anymore. Says clearly the administration sees a political win in backing Ukraine, which it's not. But what if there wasn't one to be had? Given how Israel is being treated, it's logical to assume Biden would be telling Vladimir Zelensky to pound sand as well, right? You'd think that the two situations would be the same. As for all the talk about moral clarity that Biden and his defenders have spouted over the last several years, they don't really have any. It was all manufactured for political gain. And telling the Ukrainians their fight is just while essentially demanding the Jews surrender to terrorists. Or I'm sorry, let me repeat that sentence because I did not have the right inflection in that. It says telling the Ukrainians their fight is just while essentially demanding the Jews surrender to terrorists and perpetual massacres because it might harm Biden with the youth vote proves it. There you go. Once again, hitting the nail on the head. It says there's no actual center or America-centric strategy. There is only the current president's re-election woes. Right. Yeah, you guys need to stop fighting a war because I may not be reelected. That's it. That's what he's saying. Says what does it say about the future of the United States as well? Are we really at a place where a tiny minority of deranged terrorist simps get to dictate foreign policy? It sounds like it. Says that certainly doesn't bode well for future decision making. Once again, I'd encourage Israel to ignore the noise, and as the author says, I would agree with him as well. Says they've come this far and they are going to get chastised either way. They might as well finish the job. I mean, it's like if you're going to get just lambasted by everybody in the world over it, you might as well just keep going on it. Finish the job. Says Biden is a paper tiger with no political capital anyway. He has no leverage, not overseas and not with his own nation's Congress. Let him fret, and I, for one, sincerely hope Israel, and they spelled Israel wrong there, destroying Hamas helps cost him the 2024 election, and that would be poetic. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yep, get rid of Joe Biden. He needs to be out of office because everything he does turns to shit. He's the opposite of the Midas touch. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is actually correct? That what's it called? That Biden is more concerned about telling Israel to back down because he's just concerned about losing voters, like it says here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.